Phoenix teen who was 8 months pregnant was shot and killed Saturday on a family trip in San Diego.
Tonight, her baby girl is in critical condition, and the man arrested for her murder is facing felony charges.
Somewhere in a California hospital right now, a baby girl is fighting to stay alive. She never got to meet her mother. Her mother never got to hold her. And the man who made sure of that? They found him hiding 2 streets over, guns still on him. This is the story of Jeriah Edwards, 17 years old, 8 months pregnant, and on what was supposed to be a peaceful family vacation, she was shot in the head by a man she used to love. Let me tell you something. This story is going to stay with you, so stay with me. In every home, behind every closed door, there's a story waiting to be uncovered. Welcome to Dark Whispers, where we dive deep into the hidden truths of domestic crime and the relationships that turn deadly. If you're drawn to real stories, powerful insights, and the shadows most people avoid, you're in the right place. Subscribe now and step into the whispers they never wanted you to hear. Jeriah Edwards was 17, and if you ask anybody who knew her, they will tell you the same thing. She was the kind of person who made a room feel warmer just by being in it. She fit in with everybody. She was one of those people, the kind who just made sense wherever she went. She was growing into herself, the way young people do when they start to figure out who they really are. And Jeriah was figuring it out, her personality, her voice, her place in the world. Her family watched it happen and they were proud. But what had her the most excited, more than anything, was her baby girl. She was 8 months pregnant, and that baby was everything. Her world revolved around that unborn daughter. She talked about her, prepared for her, dreamed about her. She was so ready to see what her daughter looked like, ready to be somebody's mother. Her family says the pregnancy gave Jeriah something to live for. A real, tangible reason to look forward to every single day. And they were weeks away from that moment. Just weeks. Now, Jeriah had an ex-boyfriend, 21-year-old Trayvon Williams. And the people who were close to Jeriah, her friends, people who watched that relationship up close, they will tell you that Williams was controlling. Girl, they said he drained the happiness from her. Think about that. Someone who is supposed to care about you, supposed to be your person, and the people around you are watching you lose your light, one day at a time. Now the relationship had ended. Jeriah had moved on, or at least she was trying to. She was focused on her baby, focused on what was coming next. But Williams, moving on was not something he was doing. So the family decided to take a trip, a vacation out to San Diego, California, just to breathe, just to get away from everything and enjoy each other before the baby arrived. They just came to get away, to enjoy each other. That was it. That was all they wanted. And for a moment, maybe it felt like exactly that, a break, some peace. Trayvon Williams was not invited. Nobody called him. Nobody told him where they were going or where they would be staying. But Williams traveled separately, on his own, to San Diego. He knew where they were, and he showed up. It was just after 1 a.m. The family was at their rental home in San Diego. They were on vacation. They were supposed to be safe. And then Trayvon Williams knocked. Or maybe he didn't even knock. And somehow Jeriah ended up outside. Her friends say he lured her out with flowers. Flowers. He came to that house in the middle of the night, uninvited, with flowers. And she stepped outside. Maybe she thought they could talk. Maybe she thought she could handle it. Maybe she had no idea what he had brought with him besides the flowers, because Trayvon Williams also had a semi-automatic gun, and he shot Jeriah Edwards in the head. Then he ran. She was 8 months pregnant. Her baby was still inside her, and she was on the ground, outside a vacation rental, in a city that was supposed to be her escape. The family rushed her to the hospital. Doctors made the decision fast. They had to deliver that baby before Jeriah was gone. An emergency C-section right there, fighting against time. The baby came out alive. Jeriah did not make it. She died at the hospital. She was 17 years old and she never got to hear her daughter cry. Never got to count her fingers. Never got to give her a name. The baby girl, nameless, motherless, was placed in the neonatal unit, fighting for her own life. And Trayvon Williams was somewhere out there in the dark. San Diego police moved fast. They put out information on Williams and started searching the surrounding area. And they found him. He wasn't far. He was hiding in a nearby neighborhood, like he thought he could just wait it out, like he thought nobody was coming for him. But they found him, and when they did, he still had the semi-automatic gun on him. He hadn't even ditched the weapon. Period. Now, here is where it gets a little complicated. And I want to be clear about this because it matters. California law is different from Arizona law, where Jeriah's family was from. In Arizona, a mugshot would have been made public right away. In California, law enforcement is generally prevented from releasing arrest photos before a conviction. So while the family was sitting in a hospital in San Diego, watching a newborn baby fight to breathe, the public wasn't getting a lot of information. Investigators and prosecutors were building their case quietly, working toward arraignment, piecing everything together. What they had was solid, though. A witness account, a weapon recovered on the suspect, a location where he was found hiding, and a community of people who knew exactly who Trayvon Williams was and what he had been doing to Jeriah long before that night. Her friends didn't wait for a courtroom to say it. He was controlling. He drained the happiness from her. They had watched it. They had seen what that relationship cost her, and now they were watching it cost her everything. Anyways, the case was moving. Prosecutors had a deadline to formally file charges, and they were meeting it. Williams was taken into custody and held in San Diego County Jail without bail. Without bail. So at least there was that.
Yeah, that's right. And tonight, while investigators and prosecutors continue building their case, the people who knew Jeriah Edwards best say they want everyone to remember the 17-year-old behind the headlines, describing her as a young woman excited to become a mom.
She fit right in with us. She was literally one of us.
The videos are filled with smiles.
She was my best friend, but we were all very close to her.
And show a teen surrounded by friends.
She just had a natural nurturing energy to her.
A nurturing energy her friends say was about to play a big role in her next chapter in life. Jeriah Edwards was about 8 months pregnant with a baby girl.
She was just ready to finally meet her and see what she looks like.
Instead, her loved ones are left planning a funeral after San Diego police say Jeriah was shot outside a vacation rental just after 1 o'clock Saturday morning.
It's not fair what happened to her.
Doctors delivered her baby by emergency C-section before Jeriah died at the hospital. Friends say Jeriah's world revolved around her unborn daughter. A daughter now fighting for her own life.
She was so excited. Yeah, I feel like it gave her something to look forward to. Just all the stress and stuff, especially with that relationship.
Police say 21-year-old Trayvon Williams, who was her boyfriend, traveled separately to San Diego. Her friends say she was lured outside with flowers, describing Williams as a controlling boyfriend.
He literally drained the happiness from her.
Williams fled the scene but was eventually arrested. He's scheduled to be arraigned Wednesday on charges of first-degree murder and attempted murder. Jail records show he's being held without bond.
We didn't get enough time with her. No justice, no amount of years, will make up for him taking her life away.
Trayvon Williams was arraigned and held without the possibility of bail. Prosecutors formally filed their case and the legal process began to move in San Diego County. The details of a full trial were still playing out, but one thing was already clear to everyone who loved Jeriah. The law could only do so much. As one of the people closest to her put it, no justice, no amount of years, will make up for him taking her life away. And that is the truth that courtrooms cannot touch. Here is what they want you to remember about Jeriah Edwards. Not the headlines, not the crime scene, not the statistics. Even though the statistics matter, and we will get to that in a moment. They want you to remember the girl in the videos, smiling, surrounded by friends, full of that nurturing energy that the people closest to her say was about to pour into the most important role of her life, being somebody's mother. They want you to remember that she was just getting started. Her family is standing by that baby girl's side, that little girl who came into the world the hardest way possible, through an emergency, without her mother's voice to welcome her, without her mother's arms to hold her first. But she is not alone. Her family made sure of that, and they made a promise. Her legacy is that her daughter is going to be everything that she wanted to be, and so much more. Jeriah should be proud of that. Moving on, because this cannot just be Jeriah's story in isolation. This is the third shooting involving a pregnant teenager from Arizona in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 girls. 3 babies caught in the middle of grown decisions and dangerous relationships. And then there is this. A 2025 national study by the Society for Maternal Fetal Medicine found that homicide and suicide are the leading cause of maternal death in the United States. Not medical complications. Not childbirth emergencies. Homicide. Make it make sense. We talk about protecting pregnant women, and we mean hospitals and doctors and prenatal care. And yes, all of that matters. But the data is telling us that the most dangerous thing a pregnant woman in America can face is the person who is supposed to love her. That is not a small thing. That is a crisis. Experts who work in domestic violence say that pregnancy does not protect women from abusive partners. In many cases, it makes the danger worse. The stress of a relationship that was already toxic, the loss of control that a controlling partner feels when a woman is moving forward with her life. Those things escalate. And when they escalate fast. Jeriah's friends saw it. They watched Williams drain the happiness from her. They watched her try to move forward. They watched her get excited about her daughter and build something new inside herself, even while that relationship cast a shadow over her. And they could not stop what happened next. But hey, that does not mean nothing can be done. If you are in a relationship where someone is controlling your movements, monitoring where you go, showing up where they are not invited, making you feel small, that is not love. That is ownership. And no one owns you. If you see someone you love losing themselves in a relationship like that, say something. Stay close to them. Be the person they can call. Because sometimes the difference between a vacation and a funeral is someone who stayed in the fight for them. Jeriah Edwards deserved that. Her daughter deserved a mother. And somewhere in a California hospital, that little girl is still here, still fighting, carrying her mother's name and her mother's love into a world that already failed them both once. We are not going to forget her.